Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Amanda and this is Confidence Mindset with Amanda. So in this video I want to talk a bit about our chakras. Now I know that you don't need to have aligned chakras to manifest what it is that you want. You are always only manifesting from thoughts. This is the way that it has always been, it's the way that it is now, and it's the way that it always has been. However, when we are on this journey of consciously creating, we do want to become aware of our nervous system and how we are feeling along the way as well too. And chakras for me was a way that I was able to release any blockages and things that may have been suppressed down through the meditations. Now, I do want to say that affirmations are also a way of unblocking our chakras, and so perhaps you are already using affirmations that are beneficial to each of your chakras within your body. Now, we have 7 pivotal chakras that I am aware of. Now, I think there may be more, but we have 7 pivotal ones that all of us should be aware of on a daily basis. And they are the root chakra, which is at the bottom of our spine. Then we have the sacral chakra, which is just below the navel. Above the navel, we have the solar plexus. Above the solar plexus, then we have the heart chakra. Above the heart chakra, we have the throat chakra, we have the third eye, and then we have the crown chakra, which is just hovering above over our heads. So when I got into chakra meditation, it did take me a few weeks to actually get into the flow of it. So when I first experienced meditating on my chakras, there was a kind of an energy surge. You can feel the energy rising within you within the first 6 weeks anyway, that I persisted through with the meditation. So if it feels uncomfortable to you when you first start, know that feeling of uncomfortability is going to subside, and you're going to start to feel lighter and lighter the more that you meditate on each chakra. So today I am going to talk about our root chakra, because I'm going to start and work from the body up. So our root chakra is our chakra based with the bottom of our spine, and it has all of our feelings of stability, our feelings of strength, our feelings of belonging, our feelings of confidence, our feelings of being connected to ourselves in a way that we are grounded, we are confident in ourselves, we practice self-preservation, we are able to connect with others. We just have an overall kind of grounded sense and knowing within ourselves, our self-worth and our value. And we have a sense of freedom because of this, because we are knowing that we are worthy and valuable and important, and we're not needing any validation or anything outside of us to validate that for us. We are not looking outside of us for anything when we're consciously manifesting, as we know this, but this is actually one of the primal pivotal energy points within our body that holds all of the emotions that we will have if it's blocked. And when it's blocked, then the emotions that we will have is feelings of not feeling stable, not feeling secure within ourselves, not feeling that we have enough. We're always going to be seeking more. The feeling of greed, be focusing too much on materialistic things, focusing too much on, maybe if you're in a relationship, you're focusing too much on the other person giving you love, or focusing too much on the other person as the source of your love and your happiness and your validation. And then if they're not showing up in a perfect way, then you find yourself spiraling because you are disconnected and you're not aligned within yourself, in that feeling of groundedness, in that feeling of connection, of strong sense of self and self-worth and validation. Now, even from the vocabulary that you can hear me saying, you know that these are affirmations that you're actually using to build that confidence up. So it's not that you actually have to meditate on your chakras to release blockages, but it did help me on my journey, and that is kind of what I want to explain on my channel as well too. Most of the stuff that I talk about is coming from my own journey and from what I have experienced. Now, when we are meditating on our chakra, the mantra then for the root chakra is LAM. So mantra actually means mind release. And it has been proven that when we are using sound, various levels of sound actually hit the brain in different ways, causing us to go into states of alpha and theta and more relaxed modes. And because this particular sound has a way of impressing onto the mind, impressing onto the brain, it also taps into our right side, and it synchronizes our right side into our left side into our right side, synchronization, left brain hemisphere, right brain hemisphere. And then it also allows us to tap into our intuition, our creativeness, and all of the emotions that we have on the right side of our brain, which is a lot of the emotions that we use when we're consciously manifesting. It's our intuition, it's our creativity, it's our sense of unconditional love and things like that. So the mantra for root chakra is Lam. And when you are sitting down and you are actually meditating on this chakra, you will find that when you repeat this mantra over and over and over again, you will feel the energy within that pivotal point of your body, which is just below the spine. And so when you are chanting the mantra, it'll be Lam, and you will feel the vibration of it within your body, but the vibration will continue to rise within the root chakra. Now, vibrations, I know that when we are consciously manifesting, we manifest from our thoughts, but we are actually vibrational beings. And this is why when our nervous system is dysregulated, this is why we feel disconnected, we feel anxious, we feel stressed, we're not feeling truly connected to ourselves in that moment. It's the reason why when we are seeking to manifest specific desires in our life, we're seeking to experience the feeling of expansiveness, of fulfillment, of satisfaction, of love, of joy, of abundance, of peace, of harmony. Everything is so easy, it's effortless, it's flowing. You're kind of allowing yourself to be in the receiving mode. It always feels better to just be allowing for everything to unfold for you rather than that kind of trying energy. It always feels so much better to come into your present and to kind of allow things to unfold for you. Now, that does not mean that when we are striving to achieve things in our life that there is going to be a little bit of effort, but it's finding the balance within. It's finding the knowing within. It's knowing when you are out of balance in a way that you are actually overwhelmed with things and you are not able to kind of cope in a sense, and then you feel like the 3D is triggering you, and then you feel like you are feeling all these emotions coming up and they're not good. And look at we're all there, we get there all the time, and even as you progress on this journey, it's still going to happen. But these are the tools that help you to come back into alignment, into who you are. So I know I talk about breath work on my channel, which is a great thing for when you're really, really triggered in the moment. But when you are not feeling as triggered, but you're feeling a little bit disconnected, meditating on your chakras is an amazing way to get back into that alignment. It's nearly in a sense that when you figure out where this feeling is coming from, that you are actually validating yourself within, because you're not looking outside of you to feel that wholeness within, to feel that completeness within. So let's say, for example, you are somebody who is struggling financially and you are going about your day, but you can't shift that feeling of struggling financially. Breath work obviously is good. Getting into your affirmations then to shift out of that kind of thought process is good. But when you know that that is what you're feeling inside, you're losing that sense of stability, security, feeling that you're lacking a little bit of ambition, you're not feeling confident, you know that that is part of the root chakra, because that is where all of those emotions are held. So then you sit down with yourself for 20 minutes or 15 minutes, whatever it is. There's lots of meditations on YouTube. I myself use Meditative Minds. I love the guided meditations because it helps me to keep my mind focused rather than having my mind wandering. The guided meditations on Meditative Minds, there's beginner guides as well too for meditating on specific chakras, and you give yourself that few minutes to sit down and to kind of release all of it. And as you release all of that tension and everything within, you will find then throughout your day that your day will become better, and something that you are manifesting may pop up, because I know that this has happened for me anyway, that I would be thinking about something and then maybe, you know, I'd let it go or whatever, and you'd be meditating or whatever. I think meditation anyway brings manifestation quicker, but that's for another video. But you will find that things will kind of unfold quicker for you. There'd be synchronicities that would start to show up in your reality, because remember, nothing is a coincidence, and when they show up, they may be so normal for you, the way that it unfolded, that you will actually just think of it as a coincidence, but it's actually your manifestation unfolding for you, and it's actually a synchronicity. And so when you are meditating on these chakras, this is kind of what happens along your way. So when you are meditating and you're doing that mantra, remember that the mantra is there to release the energy. It's there to, there's different various levels of sound that our brain accepts. And so it's there to accept the sound that's coming through. And even if you are someone who has never tried this before and you feel a bit silly, just continue to do it, because over a period of time, it will start to become more fun. It'll start to be a way for you to actually connect to yourself as well, to connect into your inner self as well, and you will feel more expansive in yourself, meaning that you won't be looking outside of you for anything, because you'd be just feeling so good within, along with your affirmations as well too. Now, it's not that I would just sit down and I would just meditate on my chakras and that'll be it. I am someone who is an affirmer, because I do believe that our thoughts are the only real way that we kind of manifest anyway, because everything is coming from our thoughts. Even if we're visualizing, it's all coming from our thoughts and how we are creating that image within our head. We are the creators at all times. And so I do have specific affirmations as well too. Now, I did write down a few affirmations here. I'll read them out to you. You don't have to take them on, because I will actually create little kind of subliminal videos for each chakra, so that it is easier for you to sit down and affirm for what it is that you want, and have these kind of affirmations in the background as well too, for whatever chakra or whatever feelings that you are feeling in the moment, and you just need to get yourself back on track. So affirmations for root chakra are all to do with your stability, your security, and your confidence as well too. When we are disconnected from our root chakra, we also have physical symptoms as well that will materialize in anxiety, in stress, in ailments as well too. We can suffer from reproductive ailments, colon ailments. I think as well too. I think I wrote down one here as well. It was for digestive problems, panic attacks, you're feeling lethargic, and insomnia or excessive sleeping as well too. Excuse me. You may also have pains in your back as well too, and these are all contributed to the blockage that is held within your root chakra from experienced traumas that you may have had throughout your life. Now, I do want to say here that your affirmations are helping you release this as well too. So don't think that I'm actually just saying that meditating is the only way to release the blockages, because it's not. You can just do breath work and say your affirmations, and that will release it as well too. But it is a good way to, as I say, get back into your alignment within yourself. And you do start to experience this feeling of wholeness and completeness within yourself, and fulfillment and satisfaction. And that's kind of the goal that we're aiming towards when we are consciously creating as well too. So here are a few affirmations. I am well. I am content. I am strong. I am secure. I am stable. I belong here. I belong wherever I am. I am always allowing myself to be in the present moment. All of my needs are always met. I feel safe. I feel happy. I feel connected to myself and to others. I am protected. I am provided for. I am always allowing myself to be prioritized, because I know that it is essential to my surviving nature. I am successful at anything that I do. So there are just a few affirmations that you can use to release any negative energy that is within your root chakra, because remember, even though we are affirming and we are keeping our thoughts on what it is that we want, our bodies are just as important. And sometimes an affirmation doesn't just always help us to release that kind of feelings of anxiousness or stress within, or even just checking the 3D can cause us in those moments to feel like things aren't working. But catching yourself and falling back either into these affirmations or meditating on your root chakra will help you get back into alignment. And as you progress on this journey, your body will become more calm in itself as well too. It'll be nearly, in a sense, that it'll be self-regulating itself, because it's becoming so used to everything that you are doing to self-regulate it. So the next chakra that I will be talking about is the sacral chakra, and if you have any questions you can comment down below and I will chat to you.